welcome to Megan and Ryan's Power Hour. Thank you guys again so much for joining us.
What's up?
It is Wednesday, the much awaited episode for Imposter Syndrome. So, today is a little bit different. We've actually got our TikTok audience joining us as well. So, welcome everybody from TikTok. You're on it?
I'm moderating.
You're moderating. All right, awesome, cool. So you can see our comments.
I can see. Well,
all right.
If I do this, it's because I'm old.
That's right. As long as we can see the comments, that's all we need. So, for those of you that maybe this is your first time joining us, this is Megan and Ryan's Power Hour. We come to you every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. Thanks again to the audience there on TikTok as well. If you guys have any questions during this broadcast, feel free to drop them in the comments. We will actually pop some of those comments up on the screen. If you do are joining us, rather, getting a little tongue-tied today. If you happen to be joining us live, drop us that hashtag live. If you happen to be watching this on the replay, go give us that hashtag replay. And if you happen to be joining us tonight, make sure that you drop us from where you're from. Let us know where you're joining in from, right?
Yeah.
All right. So tonight we want to talk about
imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome, exactly. This is one of the things that we see a lot of. As a matter of fact, we were just actually on a call with one of our students that I think we're kind of breaching that subject with them as well. Imposter syndrome is a big thing. A lot of people struggle with, how do I actually talk with an audience? How do I actually talk with people that are wanting to know how to get started with this? If I haven't seen any results, I'm just getting started. How do I help other people? I haven't done anything. Everybody thinks that results have to be monetary. Okay. Results don't have to be money in your pocket. Results can be the fact that you are learning and you are starting this journey. Okay. You may know more than what somebody else that just heard the words affiliate marketing know. So you can always help people. You're always a few steps ahead of someone else. So there are things that you can do to help others. And that's really what today's topic is all about, is getting over that issue and talking about results. Okay.
Yeah. I think your thing went off though.
Oh, it did. Hang on just a second there. I don't know why that did.
Technical issue.
There we go. I don't know that I was recording. Might have been the issue.
Maybe.
Awesome. Always have technical issues in the beginning. So, all right, we've got somebody joining us from Iowa. Thank you, guys. Sandy's in the house with us. Awesome. Hashtag live. Thank you, guys. I need to do my thing. Oh, got to do this. I know it. There's so many different steps to do here, but we'll eventually get it going here.
Get there eventually.
All right, let's see here.
This is classic reason. We were just talking about this on Monday. This is a classic example of don't bite off more than you can chew when you're just starting out. Because, guys, we are recording for content. We're live on Ecamm and Restream. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Facebook.
Yeah.
We got a lot going on. But we've kind of got a system down.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a system here.
It's a little bit of controlled chaos, a little bit of...
It's always controlled chaos, Again, when we talk about results, I love talking about this because it's a hot topic for everybody. We've got new students that come in, they struggle with trying to figure out what kind of content to create. They think that they always have to be putting up results, We post a lot of time without doing results. It doesn't have to be, hey, I'm making this amount of money or I'm making that amount of money. Right. And for those of you, I think we got a question on TikTok. What do you do? We are actually affiliate marketers. We also offer a high-end coaching program, which comes with weekly lifetime coaching in the program. So we are affiliate marketers. We got started a couple of years ago. For those of you that don't know our story, we can talk a little bit more about that as we go through the evening. But again, when people get started in this industry, they feel like they have to have results to show. They think that they have to create content around results.
They think they have to have monetary results.
Yeah. And that's one of the nice things about the program that we actually offer, and the bonus package that we bring to the table with that. We actually allow our students to leverage the results of not only us, but our other students, and use that as a bonus package for you as well whenever you go out and promote products. So, it does help to be able to have that, but you don't have to have that, everybody started from the exact same spot, from zero. Okay. And going from zero to maybe your first 5K month or your first 10, 20K month. Okay. Everybody starts at zero and learns how to get going with things. Right.
Right.
Our results can be measured in so many different ways. Our results can be the fact that we actually learned what it is that we do. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. So many people want to get started so quickly. They want that instant gratification of being able to, all right, well, I posted 3 times this week. How come I don't have any results? How come I haven't made any sales? It takes time to get things put in place, to get your systems put in place, to build your funnels, to build your email autoresponders, to get things and learn these skills. It's not all about, all right, I signed up to be an affiliate for somebody. I'm going to go post my links out there everywhere and wonder why I don't have sales.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes learning the skills.
Strategies.
Yep, a lot of it's
It's not just-
strategies.
it's
I got to
a
make
lot.
this post.
Yeah, it's not enough just to get your links out there and pray to God somebody hits them. Okay. You've got to have strategy. Now, our strategy is organic traffic, and that's different. That's different for TikTok. That's different for Instagram. It's different for Pinterest. It's different for Facebook. So that's why we also, we say whenever you are starting out, commit to one platform and one product for 90 days. Commit to that hardcore, like nose to the ground, do that, learn that, and then decide if yes, I want to continue with this or no, I want to, progress and or change directions or whatever. But regardless of the platform that you're going to start on with organic, and organic is free traffic, regardless of that, you're going to have imposter syndrome no matter what. And I don't care if you're doing paid ads or organic. You'll have imposter syndrome.
And
Okay?
imposter syndrome, it's just purely thinking that you don't know anything about what you're doing. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to.
Listen to me.
Who's going to listen to me? Who gives a rat's ass about what I have to say? That is imposter syndrome. You've learned skills, you've put certain things in place. Maybe you've built a funnel. Maybe you've got a great product that you're trying to promote. But you feel like you don't know anything because maybe you haven't had results. Maybe you haven't made any sales. So therefore you feel like you don't know anything. You're still in that learning stage. I know for me, when we got started, it was tough for me to get past that point as well. There was a daily show that I always tuned into every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. And it was just interviewing, they would interview different people that were in the industry, people that were just starting out. And, I was always watching those shows going, all right, I'm going to learn today. Today's the day. Today's the day I'm going to learn what I need. I'm going to get that one golden nugget that I need to be successful today. And I kept coming back to that show every day, every Monday through Friday. And I was there, dedicated. Did that for weeks, did that for months. And what I kind of find out was I was doing the same thing that a lot of other people were doing. I kept considering myself a newbie and kept thinking I needed to learn more and more and more. And the fact was, I already knew what I needed to know. I knew the steps to take and the things to do, but I was standing in my way. For me, my biggest hurdle was creating content, getting myself out there, putting myself out there in front of other people. If you feel that way, if you have felt that way, drop me a 1 in the comments. Okay? If you have ever felt like I just don't have all the information I need to really get started and get going with this, or maybe, I'm scared to get in front of a camera or to create content because I don't know what to create. Drop me a 1 in the comments if that sounds like you, okay? For me, it was finally hitting that point of, all right, I know what I need to do to get going. I've been through courses. I've talked with other people. It's just a matter of, all right, I have to make the determination that this is what I'm going to do. And that took a call from someone outside of my inner circle or somebody that I didn't really know that well, for them to basically say, hey, dude,
Who's a stranger?
if this is really what you want to do, if you really want this lifestyle that you're searching for, it's right there in front of you. You just have to go out here and create this content. But I'm like,
I can't do that.
I can't do. Who's going to listen to me? Who's going to listen to me? Who's going to give a crap about what I've got to say? You know, I have no following. You know, we had a total of 19 followers on TikTok at the time. Like, I've got no following. Nobody's going to listen to me. And it was at that time that I learned that we all have an audience out there waiting for us. We don't know it yet, but they're out there. We all resonate with different people. And as it was put to me, you know, there could be, you know, like Sandy's in here with us. I think Steve's in here with us. You know, we could all create the exact same piece of content, word for word, same music, same actions, same title, same text, everything. And we're going to hit 3 different audiences because we all resonate with different people. And so that's why, you know, when people talk about having imposter syndrome, it's more or less an excuse to keep yourself.
It's not an excuse. It's a limiting belief.
It is. Well, it's an excuse to not put yourself out there. And I know that's tough to hear, and it's tough to say, but it's true. Most of the time, we continue to look for that one thing that, all right, cool, now I got it, let's go. And it comes back to taking that imperfect action.
So you know what happens to a lot of people whenever they do, you know, when they're confronted with this imposter syndrome and then they can't get over that. They look for the next best thing. Or they think that the next best thing is, well, this course wasn't working, or this program's not working, I'm going to do this one. And then they invest in that one. And I don't care what the amount is, but it all comes back to, eventually, you got to take a look at yourself. You got to take a look at the content that you're doing and take that just take a knife, imaginary knife, and just kind of go and turn it and be like, yeah, it's me. I have to change. And you have to own up to that.
Yep.
Okay? You do. You have to own up to that. He wouldn't listen to his wife for 3 months. It took a stranger for him to have that swift kick in the ass, but but I'm glad it happened. It took it, and then that person ended up, you know, being our mentor.
Yeah. So for me, my crutch was basically not wanting to put content out there. I didn't know what kind of content to create, and I was scared to get in front of camera. Bottom line, that was it. And I mean, I was deathly scared. I mean, even when I first got started doing content, when I finally made that push and I jumped off the ledge, it was, all right, nobody could be around me.
Oh my God, it was awful.
The basement when I would do content down here in the basement, I had to make sure that nobody could come down here. And I made sure that everybody in the house knew that I was creating content. Nobody could come down here and bother me. If I was out somewhere, there was no way I'd create a piece of content out in public. No way at all. But it took, you know, again, funny story. We'd been at this for like 3 months. We hadn't seen any results. We had invested in courses. We had invested in programs. You know, we were trying to get things started. I had funnels set up. I had all the technical stuff. The technical stuff was easy for me, okay? It was a matter of turning that camera on. That dang camera is what kept getting me. I knew in my head that this is what I needed to do to really get this thing going. But I kept making excuses like, well, I don't have this in place, or man, my logo's not perfect, or well, shoot, my funnel color is not quite the way I want it.
Lighting.
I don't have the right lighting. I don't have the right camera. All of these different things kept going through my head, and they were excuses. But what it was I was scared to put myself out there. And
try to be a supportive wife with all of that going on.
For 3 months, Megan was telling me, well, this is what you got to do. You know, this is what you got to do. You just got to get on TikTok. You got to start making these videos. I'm like, yeah, I know. And I kept avoiding the issue. Well, finally, on that call that I was talking about, that, you know, every week or every day during the week, I'd show up Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. There was a guy on there that was being interviewed. And he was a young man. And I thought, you know, this guy's pretty cool. I kind of picked up what he was putting down. I kind of started to resonate with what he was saying and stuff. And I thought, man, here it is. This dude, he's brand new. He's come into this program that we're talking about here, and within a couple of weeks, he's made uh, $20,000, I think it was, within a
Yeah.
couple of weeks. And I'm like, shit, we've been at this for 3 months. We've only made a couple dollars. What the heck?
Mm.
How in the world is this guy doing this? So I took the chance and I actually found the guy on Facebook after this, interview that he had done, and I sent him a message. Like, man, I'd really love to pick your brain. I love your success. I love your story and everything. And so thankfully he was willing to hop on a call with me, on a Zoom call. And after 3 months of Megan telling me that I need to do this, a 2-hour phone call from a perfectly unknown stranger, never met in my life, had just seen him on a Facebook interview, I started implementing exactly what he told me. And that was that if I wanted to do this and I want to be successful with this and not have to go back to a 9 to 5, I needed to post content. But he talked with me about what kind of content to create. He talked to me about, the things that was worried about, the things about, not knowing that there's anybody out there that wants to listen to what I got to say, not knowing information or anything like that. He talked with me about those things. Come to find out, the gentleman that I actually hopped on the call with, he'd been doing internet marketing for several years. He was already a successful online business owner, several different businesses. He'd been doing this for a while. And so quickly I learned to not look at others and figure out, well, how come they're doing this and I can't do it? Because you never know what their story is. You never know what their background is. So that was a quickly learned lesson, right? So from there, I started to implement exactly what he told me. As soon as we got off that Zoom call, I started implementing exactly what he had told me to do. And within a few hours, we actually started to see results. I started to create content. At that day, that point, that time, I decided, all right, 4 pieces of content every single day. And that's what I decided to do. When I told Megan what had happened, she's like, well, I've only been trying to tell you that for 3 months, the whole thing. So I had to listen to that for a little bit. It wasn't long because we were busy at that point. I started to implement these things. I started to create the content and things started to take off. We went from 19 followers to over 10,000 in just a couple of weeks because I decided to finally put myself out there and start creating content. Within about 3 weeks, we already had our first high ticket sale and commission come through. And then from there, it just continued to snowball and grow. Obviously, since then, we've learned a lot of different things. We've joined a lot of different programs. We've talked with a lot of different people. We've built a huge community of people that we are helping. We've got a lot of great students that are coming in. They're able to go from 0 to 10K within 90 days. And that's our goal for people.
Yes, that program is an investment.
It is, yes. The program, to get into that, it is an investment. But the students are seeing results. Okay. And part of what we talk about with our students is the whole imposter syndrome and figuring out what to create your content around to get started. You're right. You don't have any results yet, and that's okay. Again, we all started from that same point. Yeah. And it's okay not to have monetary results to show up on your screen. There was a point in time, just probably about a year or so ago, where I looked at Megan and I'm like, look, I don't want to be that person that just shows, hey, look how much we made. Hey, look how much we made. Hey, look how much we made. We don't do that. We don't do a lot of income claims. Yes, we post things every once in a while just to show that it is real and it does work. But our satisfaction comes from our students' results. And so we can actually post our students' results and what they're doing. Okay. Part of the people that come into our high-end coaching program, they get to leverage those results as well. So if you are one of these people that struggles with imposter syndrome, struggles with not having results, we have a solution for that. First of all, you don't have to, like we've talked about. But if that is something that you're just dead set on, you need to be able to show results. We can let you leverage our students' results, and many are doing that. Okay. And I think that lends a lot of authority and credibility to people as they come in and they start in this business. All right. And it's just kind of lost train of thought there, but when you get started, it's already nerve-wracking, all the different stuff that you have to think about. Right? And this is one of the reasons why we talk about doing one platform, one product. Because so many people, like, we were talking about at the beginning of the broadcast, I had so many different things going on. I'm trying to record this over here for content. I'm trying to get our TikTok live going. I'm trying to focus on the actual broadcast that we're doing. I'm trying to send out messages and things like that. If you try to do all of that from the word go, you're going to fail. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get so flustered. Things are going to go wrong. Things go wrong daily within a business. I mean, it happens. It's part of it. I would love to sit here and say everything is rainbows and unicorns all the time, but it's not. As an entrepreneur, we learn to deal with different, maybe failures or problems, technical issues. But by going forward and moving forward each day and handling those failures and learning from them, that's how we get to success. I don't know any successful entrepreneur that has never had any kind of failure in their business life. Most of them kind of welcome that because they know that it's a learning opportunity. And that's what we tell our students all the time. Let's see. Amber says, thank you, Megan and Ryan. Where is it at? There it is. All right. Thank you, Megan and Ryan. I can't thank you enough. You helped me get my first sale. And that's awesome. This is one of our students, Amber. Thank you so much for joining us, on our broadcast and our live here. This is what it's all about, is helping other people find the success that we have found. Whether you struggle with imposter syndrome, again, we talked about this. We had an hour and a half long coaching session that we did yesterday for our students. And part of what we talked about was, results and, imposter syndrome and having the lack of results that you have to have. When you first start creating content in the beginning, you can simply invite people to come along on your journey. You can also tell your story. Storytelling is so powerful.
You have to.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't understand that your story is so important to your journey. It's an integral part of it. And you never stop telling your story. It doesn't matter if you've told it 1,000,000 times. Guess what? You're going to tell it 1,000,001. You're always talking with new people. You're always striving to find new audiences and new people. So you're constantly talking about your story, and your story is how people will relate with you. Okay. And so if you don't have results, that's okay. Tell your story. Talk about why you're doing this. There's a good chance the reason why you are trying to start an online business is the same as what somebody else's reason is. I know for me, when we got started, I saw a lot of people that were like, man, I'm a former addict, or I was in jail, or I was homeless, all of these kind of gut-wrenching stories. And I'm like, I don't have anything like that. I didn't struggle that bad. I just happened to lose my job. I lost my job, and we got a family of 3 kids, fourth one on the way. And there's nothing special about that. I just lost my job. I still got a roof over my head. I still got food in my belly, food on the table. Kids are taken care of. They got clothes. I just lost my job. I didn't have anything. So for me to start talking about a story, I was like, I don't have a story. But then I realized that there are people out there, just like me, dads, that maybe lost their jobs or don't like their jobs. That was a big part for me, was I didn't really care for the job that I had. I would spend long, late hours there, miss time away from the kids, couldn't go to sporting events or school events, things like that. I was missing those moments. And what I come to realize is I'm not the only one out there in the world that was going through that. And as I started to tell my story, I would get people that would reach out and be like, hey man, I completely understand where you're at. I'm right there with you. Man, how did you do this? How did you go from, losing your job and not having an income to being able to work at home, take vacations when you want to, spend time with your family?
And then there was another side to that story, and that was my side. So, you know, this is where as a couple, this is why we do this as a couple, and this is why we resonate with a lot of couples. We kind of stumbled into that, but when he did lose his job, yes, I was terrified, and I had already had like, I don't know, 5 job listings that I had already sent him, right? But in the back of my mind, like as he was telling me how he was feeling and things like that, I kept thinking, you know what, you're absolutely right in wanting to try this, because as much as I loved him and love him, I didn't like him. He brought home his stresses. We don't really fight. We kind of nitpick and bicker at each other. And I could like put my hand on a Bible and say that we've had like 2 fights in 12 years. But that was my side of it. And that's when I had to be open minded enough to listen to him. I'm going through a little bit of marriage tips here for you people. I had to be open minded enough to actually hear what he was saying, not just, you know, listen or whatever. I had to hear him, right? And see where he's coming from. But we also had to come to some terms and agreements. Like, okay, fine, we can do this, but we've still got responsibilities. We still have kids to feed. We still have bills to pay, and he understood that. Okay. But then we start going along and everything, and as frustrated as he was because we weren't having any success at the time, um, we were doing what we could and everything, and then he tells me that he goes out and he's got a job interview at Home Depot, and there was just something in the pit of my gut that told me this is going to work. We just haven't found that right thing that we needed to be doing. Okay.
Mhm.
We laid down at night. I rolled over and I told him, don't go to that interview tomorrow. Now that shocked him, honestly, coming from me, because I was the one that was terrified. Remember, I had already sent him 5 job listings.
Yeah. I kind of want to take a step back here, and I mean we'll pick it back up right here where you're at. But for those of you that don't know, for those of you that are watching us for the first time, maybe you're joining us on TikTok, and I even got a question here: what our TikTok channel about? We are affiliate marketers. We talk with people about how you can start your own online business. Make money online, make money from home, things like that. So back in February of 2020 is really when all of this started. Okay, I walked in to my job on Monday morning after the Super Bowl, my secure job that I thought I had, and basically found out that I no longer had a job. And I called Megan up on the phone and I told her what was going on. And obviously, we're both scared. I mean, I'm nervous as all get out. Not, we were already a pretty much a paycheck to paycheck type of family. And even with both of us working. And it was tough for me as as a breadwinner, as a father with responsibilities, to be able to say, all right, I just lost my job and I don't know what I'm going to do. I got no clue. So I called Megan. I told her what was going on. Obviously, I had cleaned out my office, and it took some time to do that. It took about a half hour, maybe an hour. But by the time I got home, Megan's sitting on the couch. She was already at this point. Were you working from home then? Not yet.
That day I was working from home for
some reason. Yeah, you weren't quite working from home yet then. But anyway, we get home. She's on the couch. I walk in. I've got my box of stuff from the office, and before I can even sit down on the couch, Megan's already got like 5 different things she sent me, between places that I could put a resume in over here, put your application in over here, and hey, maybe we can do this. At the time, my brother-in-law was a manager at Lowe's. Maybe I could go over there and get a job, or all these different ideas. And I sat down on the couch and I listened. I took it all in. And when she got done, I was like, hang on just a minute. She's looking at me kind of weird. And I said, I've really been kind of looking on TikTok, and I'm seeing all these people how they're able to make money online and stuff, and I think instead of going out and getting a job, I want to see if I can do that. And she looks at me and she kind of
I
laughs.
laugh.
She goes, "What do you think? You're going to sit around and play on Facebook all day?" I'm like, "No, no." I'm like, I'm serious. I'm serious. You know, she was kind of laughing at me, and I'm like, "Look, I understand. I got responsibilities. I know that. I got responsibilities to the family, and if this doesn't work out, I'll do whatever I have to. If that means I got to go down to the corner down here and get a job working at McDonald's to provide for my family, that's what I'm going to do." I said, "But," I said, "I think there's an opportunity here for me to be able to change not only my life, but our life and our lifestyle as a family." And I said, look here. I pulled up TikTok and I started showing her some of these people. And I'm like, look. And I'd been watching these people on here, single dads of three kids that were traveling all the time or spending time at their sporting events with their kids. And they're able to make $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month or whatever it was. And look here, there's a mom here of a mom that's left her nursing career to work at home and stay with her family, and she's making $30,000 a month doing this stuff. And I'm like, if these people can do this, surely I can. I'm not dumb. I just got to figure out what it takes to do this. That's all I got to do. I got to figure it out. Just got to figure it out. That's all. And so after a long conversation, Megan, I got to give her credit. She was super supportive. She was like, all right, if this is what you feel that you want to do, because like she said, when I had my 9 to 5, even though she loved me, she didn't always like me because I would bring stresses home from work. You know, projects didn't get finished, or the day was just a long, drawn out day, and I was just exhausted. And so I would bring that emotional stress home with me. And so she knew that I wasn't happy doing that. And after talking with her, I felt, she understood where I was at and we could do this. And so I started to look for different opportunities out there, and they're out there everywhere, around every corner, around every web page you got. You're going to find something that somebody says, hey, you can make $1 million here. So there's a lot of stuff there that you have to sift through and try to figure out what's real and what's not. We started out doing drop shipping. That was the first thing that I came across. And I looked at it and I'm like, well, shoot, I can do that. All I got to do is put up a website, throw some items on there that I can ship from overseas. People buy them on my site. I go to the site that's overseas and I put in their address and boom, it ships it right to them. I'm like, shoot, I can do that. And so I bought a course, learned how to set up a Shopify store, learned how to run Facebook ads, figured out how to do all this stuff. Within a week, we're sitting at a restaurant, little cantina down the street, and my phone goes off, and I pick it up and I look and I'm like, oh, shoot, we made our first sale. All right, I'm on my way to be a millionaire. We're changing our lives here. And I thought, she was so supportive. She was like, all right, this is great. That was February of 2020. And we all know what happened in March of 2020. Let's just put the brakes on everything that's happening in the world. Here comes Mr. Pandemic, shutting everything down. And those products that I was talking about that, I was trying to sell to people from overseas. Yeah, that wasn't happening. They were on the boat from nowhere, trying to come across from wherever. We were getting all kinds of issues with customer support and refunds, and people were buying products, but they weren't getting the product. We ran into all kinds of issues. So we dealt with this for a couple of months, probably about 3 months, really. Yes, we made sales and there was revenue there, and I thought, shoot, we're on our way. We made $20,000 or we had $20,000 of revenue. This was before I knew the difference between revenue and profit.
That's a hard lesson.
It is a hard lesson. After a couple of months, I sat down and thought, well, I probably ought to crunch some numbers here. Started doing that and figured out between all the ad spend and the shipping cost and the refunds and payment processors and the subscription software subscriptions and everything else. No, we were losing money that we really didn't have. And so come July of 2020, I'm scared to death because the drop shipping thing has pretty much fizzled out. We're not making any money. I thought, well, this is the end of it. I'm going to have to go back to work. That's when I started looking into other things. I stumbled upon affiliate marketing, and I actually got started with it before I told Megan. I was scared, honestly.
I'm a very terrifying person, apparently.
Not really. But I was scared because I thought if she knew that I was changing directions, she was going to tell me to go get a job. And that's not what I really wanted to do. I wanted this online thing to work. I knew that so many other people could make it work. Why couldn't I? And so I went ahead and, unbeknownst to Megan, I decided to jump into affiliate marketing, and I bought a little $7 course. Is what got us started. Just got a taste of it to see what it was. And as I started to go down that path, that's really kind of what changed us. And when I told Megan about the fact that I changed directions and gotten into affiliate marketing, that's when I asked her to kind of join me because the program that we were in, I really felt good about. It had something different about it, a different vibe about it. And so she decided to join me, and we started this journey together then at that point. And that was July of 2020. Okay. And so through that journey, again, we didn't hit stardom or success right off the bat. It wasn't like it was the middle of July and we were making huge commissions or anything like that. It took some time. And so after a couple of months of, like we talked about earlier, about, I was putting up funnels and I was doing different things. I was putting things out there. I was doing busy work, but we weren't seeing any results. I was actually shopping one morning at Home Depot and I saw a job posting, and I knew somebody that had worked there and had kind of an inside track to it. So I decided to go ahead and apply and got an interview. And I never even told Megan about it. I didn't tell her about it because in my mind I was still questioning whether or not I wanted to go through with this, because I knew deep down inside of myself that if I actually went back to work at a full-time job, that my dream of owning my own online business would cease to exist and it would become no more, because I knew that I wouldn't dedicate the time to see it through. And so, like Megan said, the night before the interview, I actually opened up and said, hey, this is what's happening. We're not seeing much success within our business. I've got this job interview lined up. It's tomorrow. And we sat there and we talked about it. And, we were a couple of months into the affiliate marketing thing. We talked to tons of people. We'd seen tons of people that were having success with affiliate marketing. We just hadn't found our thing yet. We just hadn't figured it out. And again, it came back to me. I wasn't posting. I wasn't putting myself out there. I wasn't doing what I needed to do, really. But after talking about it, that's when, we decided, all right, I'm not going to go to the interview. We're going to cancel that. And we're going to continue on with this online business. Well, fast forward 5 months from there, and 6 figures later, it worked out for us. Now, obviously, there's a few steps in between there in that 5 months that helped us get to that. But it's the fact that we never gave up. We started reaching out to anybody that asked us questions. And this is where we circle back around to the imposter syndrome. Because at one point in time, for us to really find success, Megan and I made a promise to ourselves that anybody that reached out and had a question for us, we would answer.
We still do.
And we still do. And that's where that imposter syndrome comes from. Even though you think you may not know anything because you don't have results. And when we didn't have any results, we didn't have any sales or anything like that, but we made the decision to focus on helping other people. Whether or not we had had success, it didn't matter. We knew, and we had talked to enough people, and we had learned that if you put helping people first and put the money aside, that eventually the money will come if you focus on helping other people.
And we cannot explain that theory. There is
cannot.
no rhyme or reason to that. And it's like, when we first heard that, and we first was like, bull crap, man, this is a business.
Oh, yeah.
It's about money, right?
I called bullshit right away on that. When I heard that, I was like, well, shoot, I'm into business. You're in business to be in business to make money. That's what businesses do. They make money. That's why you have a business, right? So I was like, whatever. But when we weren't seeing success and we kept looking at affiliate dashboards and not seeing any commissions come through, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. You know, we sat down at dinner one night and said, okay, well, everybody keeps telling us to focus on helping people. So at this point, we made the vow and said, hey, if somebody reached out with a question and I could answer it, we were going to answer it. We were going to help them.
We even had a little sign made up for when, because TikTok is where we started.
Mm-hmm.
We even had a sign made up, and it had, well, of course, with TikTok, you know, it's all backwards. Right? So with that, we had a sign made up with his email address, and people could, you know, email. We don't have that sign anymore, guys.
Actually, I do. Sorry. It's over there.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, still have it. But we would do TikTok lives.
Do TikTok lives, and we would hold it up. If anybody has any questions,
hold up a card that had our email address on.
Now, if you have a question, just find Ryan on Facebook. Send him a message.
And so we would help anybody that needed help. If somebody asked us a question about how do you build a funnel, how do you do this whole affiliate marketing, how do you make money online, we would get on calls and we would talk with them. We would answer their questions. And sure enough, once we decided to start helping others, that's when money started to follow.
Oh, okay. We want to get to some of these.
Okay. What do you got for me?
Well, this last one said, I would love to make $40K a month.
Okay.
All right. And I want to get to this.
Okay.
Now, I do not know your backstory. This is on TikTok. I do not know your backstory. I do not know what you have done, what you haven't done, or like that. I'm going to go off of the assumption that you're starting and haven't quite seen things yet. Okay. Having that assumption, I'm going to tell you what our mentor told us to start with. You need to figure out, as far as setting goals for yourself, yes, you want to have long-term goals. Absolutely. But you have to have short-term goals. Okay? So whenever you're first starting out, you want to set that goal as like, okay, well, I just need enough to cover my bills for the month. Figure out what that is and have that be your first goal. For us, we needed to replace Ryan's income. That was about $2,000 a month.
Correct.
Okay, that's what our first goal was. Okay, but here's the thing, and we hit that. We hit that goal, but then you have to set new goals.
New goals.
You cannot keep the same goal. Well, I only need to make, like you were saying, I only needed to make $40,000 a month. The problem with not keeping going and setting goals, you get stagnant, and then you start to let off the gas a little bit, and then you start to go back into reverse. Okay? I don't care if you're like, okay, well, I've made $2,000 this month. Next month, I want to make $2,500, and then $3,000. Okay? Because once you start getting to $10,000 a month, then that's a whole different ball game. You got to start hiring teams and things like that in order to keep going. So that's a whole different ballgame when you get there. By the time you're there, you've got mentors and things like that too. So, but when you're first starting out, that's what you want to do. You want to figure out what you're doing this for, and don't tell me that you're doing it to make money. That's never a goal. Never, never, never a goal. We hear that all the time when people, why are you actually doing this? Well, I want to make money. Bullshit. Why are you doing this? What's the money going to allow you to do?
That's not yeah.
Okay. You have to, and that's when you got to take a personal look at yourself too and go, why am I doing this? Am I doing this just because, well, some extra cash sounds cool? No. What is that extra cash going to allow you to do? Well, I want to go have more Mad money or whatever, but take a hard look. Okay. And I know you just commented back, so give me just a second.
Yeah. You know, and Megan's exactly right. You know, set small goals. You know, a great goal to start off with is, what do you need to survive with every month?
I was going to answer real fast.
Oh, I didn't know there was a question.
Yes, you can reach out. Get on Facebook and find Ryan Hobbs.
Yes.
You'll see this. Okay.
Yeah, actually, you'll see both of us together.
Oh, whatever. But anyhow, send him a message.
Yeah.
And we can definitely help you get started, get the ball rolling, as you said.
But
We can do that.
when you first get started, setting that goal of what money do you need to survive with? Yes, we would all love to make 20, 40, 50, $100,000 a month,
Yeah.
right?
Nobody
But
needs that to survive, though.
set a realistic goal of what it is that you need. Whether that's, maybe it's 4,000, maybe it's $5,000 a month is what you need to live off of, and keep a roof over your head, food in your belly, keep your car, whatever it is. Okay, whatever you need to survive on. Start off with that as a goal. Like Megan said, for us, when we got started, it was $2,000 a month. That's what we wanted to make, was $2,000 a month. Okay, and you can put the link to my Facebook page on there if you want to in the comments.
Well, you did ask for the names.
Oh, okay. But when we got started, it was $2,000 a month. That's what we wanted to make, to replace the income that I'd lost from losing my job. Okay. And within 3 months, like I said, we stalled out the first 3 months trying to figure everything out. It was a big part of it was just me getting comfortable with putting myself out there, or getting comfortable being uncomfortable, I guess you could say. But once we did that and we started doing the things that we really needed to do, and we were consistent with that, and we were learning, within that first really month of getting going, we actually had our first 5K month. And so we blew past that $2,000 a month that we were trying to reach, and we had a 5K month. And like Megan said, all right, we hit our goal. Did that mean we stopped and go, okay, well, we're there. We did what we wanted to do? No, you change those goals, okay? And they continue to change. Even though we have hit multiple 6 figures with affiliate marketing now within our business, our next goal is to hit 7 figures. And we've got a great mentor that's helping us do that. And now we're out here helping other people, our students, people just like you guys that are watching.
There was another comment.
Question?
Yeah, there's another comment here on TikTok, and I want to
go for it.
I want to address this one too. It was, even when I have the money, why can't I pull the trigger on this? And I want to answer that because it's probably fairly simple. You're looking at this as spending money on something. Okay? This is where you have to change your mindset, change the way you're thinking, and think of it as, I'm investing in my education of this. Because I'm going to ask you, if somebody gave you the opportunity and said, hey, I guarantee you that in 4 years I can get you to become a doctor and you're going to be making 6 figures, would you do it? It's going to cost you 10 grand, like right up front. But in 2 to 4 years, you're going to be a doctor and you'll be making, 6 figures. You would jump on that in a friggin' heartbeat. And even if you don't have the money, you would figure out how to get the money.
Right.
Because it's something that it's something that you understand, okay? Online business, while the internet has been around, guys, for freaking years, and actually affiliate marketing has been around for over 20 years. Okay, it's still a fairly new concept to people, mainly because of social media, okay? But it's still a new concept. It's not the inside the box way of doing things. It's not a typical 9 to 5. It's not. So people have a very hard time wanting to jump into this. They always have that, well, I can't afford this or I can't afford that. We had a question earlier, someone said, well, even, most people don't have $3,000. First of all, that's really not the right way of thinking. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of people out there that have $3,000. So, and I'm not meaning to take a jab at anybody specific, like anybody, but what you have to do is, because you have to think, instead of think, I can't afford that, how can I afford that?
Yeah.
How can I make that work? Now, we are never, ever going to tell anybody to put yourself into a financial pinch. It'll never happen. Those words will never come out of my mouth. I'm never going to go and tell you to open up a freaking credit card and just charge it. Not going to happen. If it makes sense to you and your situation and you're comfortable with that, then yes, go that way as far as an investment goes.
Yep.
Okay.
And I want to kind of elaborate on that too. I get the fact the question was stated as, how come even though I have the money, it's hard for me to pull the trigger on that. And it's because of the unknowns. And
It's the
I talk
unknowns.
about this a lot. And by the way, if you guys are watching this live, make sure you drop us a hashtag live. You know, if you're finding value or you're getting great information with this, make sure you share out the live. Let other people know that you're finding this valuable. But one of the things that I talk about a lot is people are always looking for opportunities. They're always looking for opportunities to better their life, their lifestyle, or whatever. How many of you out there, and drop a 2 in the comments if you've ever been, thinking to yourself, man, if just one thing, one good thing could happen to me, if I could have that old shit idea, and I could be a millionaire, like the pet rock or whatever. How many times have you ever thought about, if there would just be an opportunity that would be given to me that I could change my life and my lifestyle, okay? If you've ever thought about that, drop a 2 in the comments, okay? I'm sure that there's a lot of you out there that have felt that way, right? The problem of it is these opportunities are always there and they're always placed in front of us, but they're disguised as a risk. And so therefore we decide not to take that opportunity because it is a risk. Okay?
Yeah, lots of 2s coming in.
Yes, these opportunities present themselves and they are risks. And back to when Megan and I first got started, I'd lost my job. We'd already covered that. I've lost my job. We didn't have that income coming in. We joined a program, that started out at $7, and then, before we knew it, there was a couple $1,000 investment that needed to take place for us to really learn the information that we needed at the time. We didn't have that at the time. But like Megan said, instead of saying we can't afford that, we changed it around and got that can't out of there and said, how can we afford that? And so we kind of took an unconventional way of looking at it and ended up pulling money out of my retirement plan. And trust me, at 40 years old, it had been ingrained into my brain that you don't touch that. That's your retirement. You leave that alone. You don't touch that. That's for that rainy day. That's for whenever you get old and can retire. You don't touch that. And that's what I'd been taught all my life. I didn't know that there was another way to do things. And so we took that risk of grabbing that money out of my retirement account to invest in the resources that we needed to make this business go. Now, do you think, looking back at it now, like I said, we're a multi-6-figure earner with our online business. Do you think me taking that, few $1,000s out of my retirement account was a good move? Now, obviously, hindsight, yes. Okay. But we were able to take that investment and learn some high income skills that made the possibility for us to be able to go out here and create this kind of an income and to change our lifestyles and do the things that we want to do. And it's not all about the money. We talk about time freedom and things like that. It's given us really what we want. Okay. So you have to look at that. And again, back to that question of, how is it so hard for me to pull the trigger if I've got the money? It's that unknown. And again, we always look at these opportunities that are placed before us as a risk, and so therefore we don't see the opportunity because of that risk.
We got another one on here.
Okay, go ahead.
And it says, it's hard when you spend money and you don't see a return on investment. You're still thinking you're spending money.
Well, let me ask. Okay.
But
I want to address that. I want to address that.
It is hard. It is. Okay. I'm not going to discredit.
There's a couple of reasons why that you have invested before and you haven't seen a return on that investment. There's a couple of reasons. All right. One, and I'm going to be very blunt with you. Usually the number one reason why people don't see a return on their investment, it's themselves. They're not willing or dedicated enough to put in the actual work that it takes to do this. So many people out there look in this industry and think that it's easy or it's some sort of get rich quick. And it's not. It takes a lot of work to do the stuff that we do. Is it hard? No. I've been in difficult manual labor jobs before. I've busted my butt before at a job for a boss. I've worked outside in construction. I've worked in seem to be 1,000-degree warehouses. What we do is not difficult, but it does take commitment, dedication, consistency.
That's the big one.
And it does take work. And again, back to that one reason why a lot of people don't see that return on investment is because they're not willing to put that work and that effort in. Okay. Now, a lot of people say, well, I've got a full-time job already. How can I do this? You know, if you're willing, again, to be consistent and dedicated enough to put the time in that you need, and sometimes that comes to making difficult decisions, you know, whether or not it's time to go to bed or maybe I need to stay up a couple more hours and work on my business. If you're of that mindset and you know that you can make that dedication, then chances are you'll be able to get that return on your investment. Now, the other thing is, and I'm not going to lie, there's some crappy stuff out there. There's some crappy people out there that are going to say, hey, come join my program and make all this money. When we decided to do this, we wanted to be upfront and transparent and let people know that it takes work. And I'm sorry if you've been watching this entire broadcast and you're thinking, you know, there's going to be some big sales pitch and next week you're going to be a millionaire. I'm sorry. That's not coming. Okay. Because what we do does take time. It takes effort. It takes work. There is no get rich quick. I'm a firm believer in that. You know, if somebody is telling you, you know, hey, invest $5,000 today and by Friday you'll have $30,000 back, run as fast as you can. It doesn't work. We've seen those types of things. We've seen people get scammed. Were we skeptical when we first got started? Hell yeah, we were. Trying to figure out, okay, well, what do we invest in? What is a smart investment? Where do we learn these skills at? What is a good program? And that's where you've got to do your work. That's where you've got to reach out, talk with people. That's where, you know, again, Megan and I, we offer up calls to talk with people. Okay. I've opened up my DMs over on Facebook. If you want to have a conversation with us, you're more than welcome to. Again, come on over to Facebook, find us over there. Send me a DM. Send me a message.
And if anybody on TikTok is thinking right now, well, I don't have Facebook, good news. It's free to create an account.
Yeah, it is.
You don't have to get sucked into that BS of Facebook.
But the thing of it is, you know, again, like I said, there are programs out there that aren't good. Megan and I have been through them. You know, we have invested a lot of money in different programs and mentors and coaches. Sometimes we got into those programs and go, what the hell did we get into? This is a joke.
We learned what not to do.
But instead of looking at it as, all right, well, we just wasted a bunch of money, what we did was just what Megan just said. All right, well, we learned what not to do here. Okay? Turned it into a positive. You got to spin that, all right? Now, am I saying that every program that you're going to join is going to be good or bad? No. A lot of times, Megan and I join different programs just to get certain little bits and pieces out of it. Okay? In the beginning, it's good to start with somebody that you can relate with. Look for somebody that has the lifestyle that you want, can show you the results that they've gotten. And not only that they have gotten, but also the results that they have been able to reproduce for other people. That's the key. There are a ton of people out there that will promise you the moon and show you that they've been able to do all kinds of stuff. Just like I've got awards back here. I've got plaques and trophies and diamond rings. We've done all kinds of different stuff. But that's not what we talk about whenever we talk to people about joining our programs. We talk about the other results that we've gotten for our other students.
We just had one on here.
We had one. Who is this? Was this? No, this was Richard. Amber. Richard called me, and I thank God for that talk. Again, we're here to help other people. We've got a few of our followers, our audience here that are on the Facebook pages, that are putting comments in there, you know, and that's what it's all about. If you feel like this might be a good program for you, hop in on a DM, hop in on a chat. We can talk with you. We'll hop on a Zoom call with you. We'll talk with you. We can show you results that our other students have got. That's the key. We're in this for our students. I promise you guys, our business is doing well. Like I said, we're a multi six-figure earner in this business. We have things put in place. We're receiving that passive income. Our goal is to help other people find those same results. And we've got a ton of case studies, testimonies, people that we have been able to help, students that we've been able to help them reproduce those same results. And that's what you want to look for. You want to look for somebody that has more concern in their students' results than their own. Okay. So again, that is our bit of advice if you're looking to really get started in this industry. You know, for those of you that have been with us and joined with us, I know that we've got a lot of our current students, you know, over on the Facebook side, and I know we kind of strayed off. We're talking with the TikTok crowd. What?
Oh, we just got. I got a few questions that I want to get through. We've got like 3 minutes. This is our power hour. Guys, okay.
Usually try to keep it to an hour.
One on the way. Okay. We started a little bit late, so we'll do this. Okay. First of all, somebody asked, you know, what's the name of our program? And I'm gonna let you in on the dirty little secret. Don't ask people the names of their programs.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you'll just go out and Google it, and then we lose.
Let's talk. Okay. So what we do, for those of you that don't know, we're affiliate marketers. Okay. What that means is we promote other companies or other people's products. Okay. And when people use our affiliate link to purchase that, we receive commission for that. Okay.
If we just
that's how affiliate marketing.
Right.
If we just told you the product that we promote, you can go out and Google it. You don't use our link. You can go ahead and purchase the program if you want or whatever. So, we don't see results for that.
So while we do want to help people, guys, this is still our business.
It's still a business. But
so please don't be offended.
That's part of the reason why we offer bonuses and things like that. You know, so like one of the bonuses that we actually offer for this high-end coaching program that we promote is the fact that you get us. You actually get us weekly lifetime coaching to help you in your business, you know? So, all right.
We had another person here. Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay.
Facebook. Okay. I understand how to promote Legendary, which, yes, guys, we are still very much an affiliate for Legendary. It's where we got our start. We will never, ever, ever talk bad about the program. It's a wonderful program. But we have another program that we just feel meets more needs of our audience. So that's why we've kind of got both. But should I understand how to promote Legendary, but I don't understand how to promote something else to be able to drive traffic to it to get sales? Okay, that's kind of a two-part question or statement here. I understand how to promote Legendary, but don't understand how to promote something else and be able to drive traffic to it to get sales. Okay. Driving traffic and promoting Make Money Online is going to be totally different than driving traffic and promoting another niche. Okay? Stop trying to expand. Focus on Legendary. It is a wonderful product and people need it. People want to make money online, but what do they have to do first? They have to learn how to make money online. Okay? Make Money Online niche is the #1 growing niche right now. It is growing by leaps and bounds daily. Once you have secured yourself and you really, and that's kind of like your safe space to make mistakes, is in the Make Money Online niche. Okay? Mainly because there's a whole bunch of people out there that can help guide you and things like that. If you're wanting to go and promote, you know, pet stuff or whatever, there's not a whole lot of people out there that can really help you if you get some bumps and bruises along the way. Okay? Focus on one product, one platform, solid for a good 90 days, and then make that decision whether or not you continue with this. And then it's going to be longer than that too.
Yeah, you need to focus. You need to focus on that one product, that one platform. You know, until you have success with it. Honestly, as long as you have a product that you know people want and that is successful. You know, a lot of times you can take this one of two ways. All right. A lot of times people will see a program and they see a lot of people promoting it. And they're like, well, it's oversaturated. You know, why would I get in on that? Because there's already too many people doing it. The reason why so many people are doing it is because it works and because people are wanting it. It's a successful product. So yeah, get out there and promote that. Okay. The other thing is people find products, you know, like if you want to be an Amazon associate, you start out being an Amazon associate, which is, you know, their fancy word for affiliate. and you start to promote products on Amazon, and you find something that you absolutely love and think that everybody in the world should own, but if you start to try to promote that and nobody else wants it, then you're going to get discouraged because you're not going to make any sales off of it. Okay. So make sure that you have a product that people actually want and people are actually looking to purchase. Okay. That will definitely help in the long run. I see a lot of comments coming in. So do we have some questions there? I can't actually see the comments. I can see them, but I can't read them.
We do, and I do.
Okay. But I know we've got a lot of people that that are watching us, and again, we do these broadcasts. This is the Megan and Ryan Power Hour. We broadcast these on our YouTube channel. Yes, we're on YouTube. You can search us up, Megan and Ryan Recommend, but we also do it to all of our Facebook pages and groups. Now,
I deleted one of your comments. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to.
TikTok auto deletes. Oh, that come from.
Oh,
I think I saw. I
they
also
do.
think I saw Tech Review on there as well. So thanks for joining us, Tech Review. Appreciate it.
Ooh,
It's been a bit.
It's a new.
But yeah, that's really what we're here for. Again, we broadcast. I think we're at our hour, aren't we? Yeah, we're at our hour. So we appreciate all of you guys that have been watching this. Again, if you happen to be watching this on the replay, leave us that hashtag replay. Again, we do the Megan and Ryan Power Hour every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. Yes, tonight we decided to go ahead and simulcast live to our TikTok audience as well. But if you want to see all of these and the replays, make sure you find us over on Facebook. You can find me there, Ryan Hobbs. You can look up Megan and Ryan Recommend. We've also got our own Facebook group over there. It is Affiliate Income Secrets and Strategies with Megan and Ryan Hobbs. You can look that up as well.
If you want to check out our past Power Hours, we do have a YouTube channel. It's the Megan and Ryan Recommend YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to that.
Yep. You can also catch all of those replays over on Facebook as well. So if you guys have questions about what it is that we do, how our students are seeing the results that they're seeing, and again, a lot of them are hitting their first 10K within 90 days, reach out to us. Again, come follow me. Again, it's Ryan Hobbs over on Facebook. You can find a nice little picture of me and Megan there with our family. If you want to, come follow me over on Facebook. Send me a message over on Facebook. We'll be happy to get you some more details on, how it is that we do what we do. Yep. And how our students are getting those results. So again, thank you guys so much for joining us. We thank everybody that's here on the Facebook side of things. We thank everybody that's on the TikTok side of things. And we'll see you next Monday, 8 p.m. Central Time for our next Power Hour. Thanks a lot. Have a great evening and have a great rest of your week.